saw it. What is this?
Test. Okay, I think that's better. I hope that's better, because now it's not doing the whole peeking thing for random reasons. I don't know what that was about. Okay, whatever. A little late today. I just wanted to listen to this song. Probably gonna switch to something else. I think I was on this page. I think I was doing the leg. I remember drawing these. I remember drawing this. I think this was the last picture. All right, I'll start from here, and then go from there. Let's see. What's playing now? This could be good. Not this brush. Another brush. Can one own drawing? Is that a thing you could do? I wonder if Loomis would be as aggressive protecting his like intellectual property. Hey man, I own perspective. I came up with like fucking just you can't even, I don't even understand. I think this guy is actually deluded enough to think he owns the concepts in drawing. Pretty sure I have anatomy studies just like these in my anatomy book. Hey, I made these. What are you talking about? This is mine. I made this. You saw this somewhere else? Well, he obviously plagiarized me. He has a two hour long video where he goes in, and some of the examples are like, yeah, okay, sounds like he copied you, maybe, but it's so close to call. He's like, look, even the materials, he's got like pens, brushes, and other, and I'm like, what else? What? What else? What else were you expecting? Like, I don't know. It's like, and the way he structures it, he puts the materials first, and then he goes into what's called, like strokes. That's totally not like how it's done in every other drawing book. Except, you know, even if you I looked through like 6 books yesterday, just looking at them, and I'm like, okay, look, here's the same section. Here's where they do values, and they use like the same words. I feel like the other guy, is Jake Parker, so he's really famous. So no matter like what, this guy wins, because even the allegation of impropriety, just that is enough. You don't need like concrete evidence, and he has some, I think. It's just very, very small, I mean, like very petty evidence. Like he has one section where he's like, look, this is how you do a texture, and look, you gotta add variety. You can't just do it all in one thing. And I'm like, that's how any book does texture. But he used circles, and I swear I've seen circles, and I think of texture as like, you know, either boxes or like something that's broken up into smaller pieces. And this guy's like, man, I made this. I came up with how to think about texture. And I'm like, how? How are you that arrogant? I don't know. It's very silly. It's very silly, I think. But yeah, I feel like it's kind of like why I would never write a book about drawing. I don't really have anything new to add, and neither did any of these people, but they're pretending like they're a gift from God. And just because they made a lot of, they basically reduced your reading time from like 10 books that were, you know, sizable and had a lot of information to like nothing. And you miss out on all this information, and like, I don't know, it's stupid. I think that this is like how it's all going. It's like, it's no longer about deeply thinking about things. It's about reducing them to like product or commodity or something like that. It's about like making it a viable thing that you can sell and copyright, and not about because you can't like Just if you read like all the Loomis books, you know, like Scott Robertson, Gurney's books, you come away with like a multifaceted understanding of all kinds of things, not just drawing. And then I just like, I don't know, man. Everything is different now. Everything is so different. And when it was like YouTube tutorials, I think this was like fine. You know, when you just had like the one, like how to do hair. That's kind of what it reminds me of, actually, is like DeviantArt tutorials, but like a compilation of YouTube or DeviantArt tutorials. And it's like, yeah, this is mine. Like, all right, okay, but you know, the other guy's name, his name is Dunn something. Dunn. He's very big on YouTube, art instruction wise. I've never really heard of him before. I've heard of Jake Parker, and Jake has been like in a lot of controversies before. Like he owns Inktober. Like he owns the hashtag. I don't know if you can own a hashtag. So some of this is like kind of like serendipitous almost. It's like, yeah, maybe you didn't copy, but the way you use copyright should probably not be legal. Some of it was egregious. Like if you had an Inktober mug that you were selling, like, excuse me. But some of it was just like a collection of an artist's Inktober sketches or something. And he was like, yeah, this is mine. I own this. Things like that. And like, yes, there might be some merit to like, why did you call this Inktober? You could have just said, hey, this is my collection of sketches. And it's usually like really small artists that would do something like this because they don't have name recognition like Inktober or Jake Parker. And so of course they would do something like that. But it's not egregious, but it is like riding the coattails. So he went after those people, you know, aggressively. I kind of hope there is a lawsuit. I hope this guy sues just so there's a precedent that you can't own fucking description of form, like or how, or like types of strokes, or like this guy, no lie, he's like, you know how like consistent, how to be consistent, you gotta have like the same size of stroke, you gotta have like the same length of stroke, they have to be the same weight, they have to follow the form. I came up with these concepts. I don't know how these people don't understand. I made this. It took me months to make this. He literally says that. I just like, what? You came up with like fucking shading? You came up with consistency and stroke. The video is kind of fun to watch if you just keep an open mind. I tried to see what he was talking about. I really did. I was like, well, you know, some of it is very similar. He invented this. It was him all along. I hope he also sues Loomis for copyright, but in like reverse somehow. This guy went back in time after witnessing this guy's pedagogy, and he just stole. He just stole all of it, man. It was no lie. It was just blatant theft. Loomis and Scott Robertson, all these guys, fucking Gurney and Vilppu, they're all fucking thieves, man. This guy invented drawing. The drawing manual, that's like a thing that this guy made. I don't know. There's not a lot of fun stuff to get excited about as an artist. I feel like I don't really want to comment on most like stories. So usually like I don't have anything to talk about. But I saw Gears posting about this, and I don't know. I was like, man, I want to know, did this guy actually steal? Because I hate it when people steal from artists. I really do. It's like they're stealing from me, kind of. But I don't know, man. I think this will all end in most likely this will all end in like a Twitter copyright battle. So guy A with the accusation is going to get a lot of followers because, well, people believe his claim, and so they actually think that he owns like these parts of drawing, which is kind of sad, but okay, whatever. I thought your router was dead. It was dead for like an hour. I just sat here like twiddling my thumbs and just browsing Twitter on fucking my phone. I was thinking of just using a using like the phone as a Wi-Fi, but then I was like, man, that's expensive. I'm not gonna do that for like for stupid anatomy drawings. I'm not doing that. That's beyond the pale. That's the thin edge of the wedge. But yeah. Let me see. I was talking about the whole Jake Parker. I think his name is James Dunn. I have to kind of hold on. Let me get his name right because I don't want to be disrespectful. I just find his claims a little bit hilarious. Let me just hold on. Let me just. James Parker plagiarized my book. What's your name, sir? Jake. No, that's. Hold on. I gotta click his thing so that I see it. Alfonso Dunn, 641 subscribers. So he's obviously very popular on YouTube. And he actually hold on. He has more subscribers than James Parker has like Instagram followers, I believe. Hold on. Wait, hold on. Because he makes the claim that he is like a small creator. Wait, hold on. What? What? Wait a second. Let me just see this. Hold on. Give me just 1 second. So Jake Parker has 577,000. This guy makes the claim that he is the smaller content creator, and he was plagiarized by Jake Parker. Jake Parker is very famous for not a lot, I feel like, but whatever. More Twitter trends. Alfonso Dunn. Yes, I've never heard of him, but he is very popular on YouTube. So he must be doing something right. He probably has what's it called? What's up with Alfonso? I did watch his YouTube tutorial during my early days of drawing, and now I'm here. Arms again? This isn't an arm. Are you blind? Hello? Excuse me. It's obviously a leg. Hello? Blind. Excuse me, it's a leg. Although they're very similar. If you tilt your head, you can kind of understand why the leg and the limbs are kind of similar in structure. All the muscles are very similar as well. They have almost different. They have different names, but like they're very similar. This could, like, if you put a head here, it would be an upside down torso. You need glasses? Oh no, am I being ableist? But yeah, Ryoji, you're familiar with this guy. I'm not. He has this video out right now. It's called Jake Parker Plagiarized My Book. Let me see here. It's already got like almost 100,000 views, so it's very, very popular. I suggest you watch it by yourself because it's an hour long. I'm not gonna be able to watch it all. I'm not that interested in it. But what's it called? Basically, yes. He goes through examples in the book where he believes that he was stolen from by Jake Parker. And like some of the examples I can almost agree with. And in taking it in context, some of it does look plagiarized. Like there's quite a few portions that seem like they're plagiarized, but I think the greater context is, even though like a lot of it is very similar, there's only like one way to do some of these things. There's only one way to describe some of these concepts in drawing. Like, you'll talk about consistency in strokes and how you need like the same weight, the same size, the same like spacing. And it's like, you came up with that? And he says, literally, I came up with this concept. This is mine. I made this. So there's a lot of examples of it. It's an hour long. You're gonna have to watch it. Hey, Bazzer, what's up, dude? How's it going? Just talking about this. I don't know if you've seen this. Do you know who Alfonso Dunn and Jake Parker are? Perhaps. Technically, 95% is art book is stolen by Andrew Loomis. Yeah, that was my claim. I was like, dude, this is like, one of the people I was talking to. Let me see. Hold on. I'm not going to pull up his tweet. I'm going to pull up my tweet because I'm important. He pulls up this diagram, which is like a very, very shitty, like, Inktober, like a comparison. Look, he's got a sun and lit boxes, which is like just one light source and multiple objects. This is like the basis of understanding how a light source works. And this guy has a light source and multiple boxes. They're not the same. They have he's got it at an angle, you know, it's different, sort of. And then he's got a couple of boxes and what's it called? And I'm looking at this and I'm like, I've seen this before. This is a thing. Like I've seen this image, this sun in the middle of objects. I've seen this before. There is like, in my image library, this is how I imagine a light source. And I'm thinking like, where could I have seen this? Because I've seen it a million times. I haven't seen it like recently. But here's Loomis. You know, I couldn't, when I was going to bed, I couldn't sleep almost, because I was just thinking about this. I was like, where the fuck did I see that stupid ass sun? And then because I went through Vilpoo, I went through Color and Light, I went through fucking Imaginative Realism, I went through Scott Robertson's books, both of them, just skim. You know, so I went through like 8 books. I was up till like 2 a.m. in the morning. I went through most of Loomis. And then today, Ixie was like, hey, it was probably from Loomis. I'm like, I already went through all of it, but I guess there's some books that are a little non-discrepant. Loomis has a drawing book that I've read, but it wasn't very good, so it's not very memorable. But I did go through like Fun with a Pencil, Figure Drawing for All It's Worth, fucking illustration, Imaginative Illustration. God, no, I forgot the name, but it's something Creative Illustration, I think. I went through all those books, and I'm like, man, I know I've seen this diagram before, because it's in my mind before I saw it. Like, this is my way of thinking about objects lit by one light source. And then I found this in the morning, because like Ixie was like, yeah, it's probably in Loomis. Loomis probably did it. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna find it. So I went through Loomis's what's it called, Guide to Drawing. I also went through Vilpoo. I went like on a skimming rampage yesterday. I went through like all these diagrams. They're all fresh in my head now. I think I drew this already. That's okay. I'll draw it again. It's very complex. The sitting what's it called? The sitting structure, very complex, I would say. But everyone steals ideas and concepts from cavemen and just keep adding and improving. Well, yeah, the thing that bothers me isn't that they both did the same thing. and that this was done a million times, which is annoying, but it's not like hey, everybody's got to get that bag, you know? Everybody's got to make a product and, you know, survive somehow. What they did is they condensed both of them. They condensed information into like readable for people with ADHD, as is my guess, because like you get none of the cool stuff from like Loomis, because like he goes on these like long tirades where he just like explains shit and it's like, man, remember Howard Pyle? Howard Pyle was really cool. Let me like give you an excerpt from his book in my book so you can read while you read. Is that a mecha arm? It's still the leg. It's still the leg. This is like very complex to do while not focusing. I should focus more. Analyze and break it apart. Let me focus a little bit more. It is super, it's much simpler. It is much simpler to read. And for anyone that like, but I still wouldn't recommend this book. It's good for, I think it's good for kids. For like a first drawing book, and then there's the arcane and esoteric manuals like Loomis. I feel like Loomis is a lot more difficult to read than most people like give him credit for. It's very verbose. There's a lot of reading. Can't even buy their books. Well, what I'm saying is don't even bother pirating it. I don't know. I most likely won't read them. So I'm not the target demo for this product. And so like I can't really make up my mind about it, but I've seen at least a couple of images and a couple of descriptions, and they're very, very concise. It's almost like a cheat sheet for drawing. And this is the type of stuff we had for it was called like study manuals for us for medicine, but they were very, very concise, abridged versions, almost like Spark Notes. I don't know if you guys know what Sparks Notes are. So it's like a little thing for college students who don't have time to read anything because they're super busy partying. What it is it's just like a really abridged form. So it's got basically the ideas in a very concise way, but you don't really get enough to say that you understand the text or whatever. And I feel like that's what's happening here. It's a Spark Notes for drawing, which is fine. You can have that. I don't care. It's not for me. I'm not gonna read this. But yeah, I feel like this is happening to like all the things. Everyone's just like making like super, super concise versions of everything, and it's like to reduce it to product, and it's got none of like the soul of the author. Almost, it's very soulless writing. It's like some short notes that you read in 30 minutes before exams. Yes, exactly. That was the goal for us, because we were like students. We wanted to understand these concepts, obviously, but sometimes you ran out of time. So for some stupid amount, we would buy these little notes, study notes that someone else wrote, and then we would read them, and then we would know enough of the knowledge for the test. Not enough to like understand the subject, but just enough to pass, and just so you have everything like condensed in your mind. So usually what you do when you read these books is you make that condensation yourself. You do the hard work. That's the difficulty of reading. When you read a large text and you boil it down for things that you can remember yourself, that's the beauty of reading, because it's your interpretation. It's always going to be like your interpretation. This one is mine. This one is yours, and they're going to be different. They're going to be very similar, but they're going to be very different. like what you focused on, what you understood. When you read someone's like study notes, all you're getting is that then, and you're not getting this, and it's bad because you should actually endeavor to learn more, not less. And then make your own determinations as to what is important. When that's taken away from you, I feel like you're losing something. Losing a lot. But yeah, I don't know. It's been going this way for forever. Like I don't think these types of books will ever really replace the old drawing manuals, but they'll become very popular. I think they'll become very, very popular. But you know, reject modernity, return to Loomis. Reject modernity, return to Loomis. Return to Monkey. That is the belly. Or it was the belly till I deleted it. Now it's gone. No, it's deleted. And from 30 information, you're very lucky to remember the author's name. Most of the time people can't remember authors' names. And they'll like in medicine we have a lot of like authors, like the Betts cells or something. And usually after a long time those the author's name is just totally forgotten, and then you only have like I don't know, like some kind of ganglionic cell or something like that. And it's bad. It's not good. You should remember your heroes. The sketch you're doing in my head, it's like a guy leaning forward with his arms spread back. I think it's walking. I think it's walking, but like for me, the clavicles are raised, so I immediately want to praise the sun. Praise the sun. I think that it would be something like that. Praise. The rest of it is walking. Yeah, hold on. Let me just get a quick drink of water because my mouth is super parched. 1 second. Yeah, I think we're experiencing another heat wave because of what's it called? It's like a tropical storm or something. I've turned on a thing called dynamic bitrate, and it might prevent large frame drops. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. I turned on a lot of things. I've turned on like a lot of stuff. And then we'll see. We'll see if it helps with the lag. If it does, let me know. I think there might be like a large delay. Maybe. Me nervously having the stream stop and me restarting. I don't know if is it stopping now? Is it like, is it dead? Is it refreshing? I've what's it called? I've been playing around with a lot of the settings, and so like maybe it'll help. It might be. It might be both of us, actually. At this point. So, yeah, that was like the big artist news. I can see that story blowing up, so you'll probably hear more about it from bigger artists or more invested. I'm not that invested in protecting someone's copyright for drawing. If that was like a work, then yeah, I understand. Because then it does affect me. Right now, I don't really get affected that much by someone stealing a drawing manual, which is kind of generic. I am here. I am ready for the legs. Excellent. I will be drawing legs for a little while. How's it going, Faceless? I think like you can make the argument that I'm doing like the copyright infringement. Oh, for the legs, the legs. Oh, as soon as you said that, the stream stopped 2 times. Oh god, I've enabled a couple of things. It looks like it's sort of working. My bitrate jumps all over the place, but it looks like I have 0% drop frames. I think it deals with like network congestion in various ways. It's a beta feature, so most likely it might not work perfectly. But if I can get rid of as many drop frames as possible, yeah, see right now the bitrate is red, but I'm still in 0 dropped frames. I do not like art YouTubers because they focus more on making entertaining content than actually teaching. Well, I mean that's the nature of the beast. That is YouTube. In any like respect, whether it's political commentary, whether it's art, whether it's what's called, it's all about entertainment, and that's fine. I think having entertaining subject matter gets people into the thing. So whatever it is, whether it's art, science, or any sort of thing, it's 360p. But hey, as long as it doesn't drop frames, my guy, I feel like we've beaten it. We've beaten the what's called. The internet problems, because that's much better. I feel like that's so much better. Even though it like does weird shifty things, and like sometimes you won't be able to see perfectly what I'm drawing. That's okay. I'm not drawing anything interesting anyway. We're just here to hang out. That's when the sponsors come into play and ruin the quality of the videos. Ethan Baker, I've never heard of. Veritasium. Others do it correctly. The Internet Historian. The Internet Historian has very good ads. You know what else? Who else has very good ads? Internet Common Etiquette has pretty good ads. I'll actually watch his ads, even though they're like yesterday. He uploaded a video called "The Passion of the Karen." It's a pretty good video. It's a little dark. I feel like he's being a little bit like not on the nose, cause like, and sometimes he'll like point it out that like this is really dark, and the music kind of changes. But that's like most ads, right? They're only good when they're funny. Yeah. It's the dream, my guy. Just the artist's dream is to sell out and sell ads on your what's called, whatever it is. That's why most art has become kind of advertising at this point. Bill Hicks says if you take the advertiser's dollar, then you're no longer an artist. So I don't know. Something about that is true. I feel like it is true in majority of cases, probably actually. What the hell is this? What do you mean? It's the leg. It's the leg in a what's called. Here it is again. Here, I'll read it for you. This page shows a simple shape for the iliotibial tract visible in the side of the leg. Among other things, the iliotibial tract is the point of insertion for the tensor fascia, which, while also sitting over the vastus lateralis, it ultimately inserts into the tibia. Probably doesn't see the chat. I do see the chat. What do you mean? That's a mechanics tool. It does kind of, yeah, it does kind of look like it, yeah. But that, I mean, that's the nature of the beast, right? The body is very mechanical. It is a mechanical tool, you could even say. I could time someone out. What? Oh, you know what? Because I'm in Restreamio, I might not be able to see, because, like, this is what I see. I think I understand what you're saying now. I don't see redeems because it's Restreamio. That's a problem, actually. You're just gonna have to tell me that you paid me to dab. You're gonna have to... there is... I think there is no way to get a chat that's directly from Twitch. Oh. That kind of sucks. That kind of sucks. I think we've talked enough about, there's music. What do you mean? Is it just too low? You guys are trolling me. You're trolling? I'll pick it up a little bit. I don't know. Can you not hear it? Song requests too? I can't see any of it. Am I gonna have to open up like a Twitch panel? Hold on. I might have to open up my dashboard on Twitch. Hold on. I might have to make me dab faceless. Okay, so the only thing that was what's I have the power. I can see it now. Your music is very low, probably for the best. Hey. This song is actually kind of like meh. This one's pretty good. Wait, no, go back. Go back. This is pretty good. So yes, I see them now. I see the song request. Oh God. Okay, hold on. Telling me my music is bad. That landscape reminds me of the Oh, this is it. This is actually it. This is it. This is that song. But it's the full song. I laughed so hard and scared the guys working here. You at work? Bruh. Watching illegal streams at work. But yeah, that whole what's it called? I don't have a lot of things to like comment on. It's really unfortunate. Art books is like my main thing. Like that's what I'm interested in. I'm interested in like art books, artists, and what's it called, and Friggin' Faceless is like, oh, you can't debate. No debating. Like, that's all I've got, man. That's all. Don't take it away from me. Building bedroom at those bathrooms. Oh, some home renovation. Interesting. Try that again. But yeah, the guy screaming over the mountains is definitely iconic. Sorry, trying to give you guys a headache. Alright, I've got a schematic of a leg now. Soon I'll be back to drawing vampires. I think this will be the last page I do. Maybe one more. Maybe just that one, because that's just a schematic and I don't have to read too much. I will finally have a bedroom, because my mom will give me her old one. Not sleeping at the corner. It's nice to have your own room. That was a very big upgrade for me, too. Because then you get to like watch television, play video games all day, and no one can tell you. If they send you to your room now, and not like the living room, you could just go play video games. It's great. It's perfect. So there's like overlapping shapes. I think that's like the key to what's called the good muscles. I came up with this. This is I made this. I just can't believe the guy's audacity. I really can't. Someday though, I'm gonna steal a bunch of shit from like old artist manuals and say I made it. It's mine now. Room is like 3 times the size of the corner I was in. Aw. 3 drawers of clothing. That doesn't sound like a lot. This song lasts forever. Okay, I need something that doesn't have so many vocals. Sorry. But I listened to most of it. And I listened to the iconic yelling part, which is, I think, the best part of the song. But I do need something a little bit, like, more chill to listen to. Otherwise, my brain starts to wander madly. Man, I had a lot of power outages today. I thought I wasn't gonna be streaming, but hey, I guess the power came back on and they didn't have to like repair the cables. But yeah, if you guys want to follow along, I have this book open, but you guys can grab it. It's Michael Hampton's figure drawing. We could do like a figure drawing study course. I highly recommend it, especially if you're interested in drawing the figure or people. It's a good way to start. I would say it's much more simple than most of the books, so it might be more of a like start, and then you could also do the other books. I feel like they're more comprehensive. Bridgman's much more comprehensive. I'll start on Scott Robertson's book. I hope this isn't like super copyright infringement. My content is actually just reading books online. I feel like since we're only doing like 2 or 3 pages a day, it's not that bad, right? We will go through the whole book though, so. And there will be commentary, right? I'll be transforming it, and it's used for educational purposes, right? So that's something. So I think Scott Robertson's in perspective. Where are the face studies? Well, the face is going to be in the last chapter of this book, so I will be doing some faces. But right now, I'm primarily focused on butts. I feel like since I can't do butts that well, I probably shouldn't do faces for a while. feel like the butts are the most important thing. So there will definitely be what's called. People always want to draw the face and not the butt. Why? It doesn't make any sense. Guys, the butt is just as important. Please draw the butt. The butt is important. I think Scott Robertson will benefit you a lot because it teaches technical accuracy. Hey. Hey. Ow. I've read through Scott Robertson's book multiple times now. I've done like parts of it on stream, but not like all of it. Scott Robertson's book is very difficult. They had no effect. What do you mean? Oh, yikes. Well, no, they did. I'm definitely a lot more accurate now than I was back then. It's just not very like perfect. Ideally, I would be more accurate, but there's like a limit to learning certain things. I don't think I've reached it yet, but I've reached like plateaus that are most accessible to me. And then the next plateau is probably really far away. And okay, so this one I will do tomorrow. It gets hard really quick and it's confusing. Yes, it does. It starts with like, hey, this is how you flip a box. Okay, you try it. But now you have to flip this thing. And it's got like a side corner of some sort. And also it's like tilted on the side a little bit. And then like... Okay, now you flip that over this line, this plane, and then you're like, okay, I'm gonna just like, I'm lost. And so, yeah, it does get very complicated, and it is pretty quick to get that way. Alright, I'm gonna be drawing my vampires. Why are you loading so long? Many construction lines, yes. How big is this image? It seems very small to me. It's almost 9K. Never mind. That's very big. I wouldn't even consider it drawing, but it's on construction. Why? Construction is part of drawing. What? Drawing is what's called. Drawing is like mainly construction. There's two schools. It's observation and construction, and they they overlap. Interlap? Is that a word? They overlap quite heavily, I think, because even I think what isn't being said is usually something like the people observing and not correctly copying aren't not analyzing. They're still analyzing. They're just doing it badly. You know, they're not being attentive to it. So this part, I'm gonna have like a little bit of. I'm gonna start adding colors to it. Also, like right now, it's very bland. But eventually. I'm gonna start adding more and more color, adding more and more. What's called? But I think it's a solid sketch for where I am right now. Peekaboo, feel my tooth? No, it's more like die. And this guy is just like, okay. And for a while, it's gonna be an uphill battle for this, because I do want to have do want to have like some space between the vampire and him. The guy is just tired. He doesn't care anymore. He's just too badass. He doesn't mind. He doesn't mind. He's gonna just like insta kill him. It's gonna be very metal. No, he's just not cool enough for like regular people reaction time. So he's going to end it all in like one strike. Some of it like I'm gonna try to reduce the forms a little bit and then kind of go from there. I feel like I made him a little bit fat. He's definitely very, very skilled. And my intention is probably like going for like badass points. I think some of it has to like change a little bit. Some of this value. By the way, what do you think the main concerns if I build a PC? What do you mean like main concern? Like are you saying like what you should put in it? For drawing? You don't really need a lot for drawing. I'd say a very, very standard box is something like 16 gigabytes, i5. Probably like, you don't need a really good video card either. I mean, it helps a little bit, I think, because there is some parts of Photoshop that use it, but I think you could do it with an onboard, and it won't be bad. I don't think that is standard. 16 gig and i5 already reaches $5,000. It's like a I mean, there's Brazilian reals. Oh, what is that in like real people money? What is that in what's called? RAM is fairly cheap. The problem is that I'm guessing it's access. If you're buying from Brazil, it might be very difficult to import what's called 5,000 Brazilian reals. There's also different different i5s. You don't need like a brand new one. It could be like a lower tech i5. Different bridge. It could be like, cuz it even an i3 will be enough, I think. Oh, hey, cool. Some salad. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate you, man. Welcome to the stream. How's your day going? $5,000 Brazilian reals. My hope is 5,000 Brazilian reals is going to be like $200, but you only have one type of each. Yeah, there's different release years. So, for instance, I don't know, it would be like 3770, 4770 i5s. You don't have to buy an expensive Intel processor. You can go with an AMD. That might cheapen it for you, although like not by that much. I have an AMD processor. It works fine. Spectacular. One of the best. Not gonna lie to you. I've had a lot of processors. It's a great processor. Buy it. The Ryzen is pretty good. I think it's a Ryzen 5 I have right now. It does everything I need. But it's definitely more high-end than, you know, a starter or whatever. So I think they have what's it called? We can buy a low-budget PC for $2,000, but $2,000 like a standard salary. What comes in this PC? And what is 2,000 reals? Hold on, let me Google this. 'Cause like, what is 2,000 reals? Real to USD. It's $400, give or take. Okay. So, regular PC was like $800. Yeah, I would guess. I mean, that's very expensive for that compact that I'm just talking about. It'd probably be like more like 500. But Ryzen 5 was like 1.6K real with discount. You don't need one. You can get like an older model. It's kind of the beauty of it. Photoshop isn't really that like demanding. It's you can get away with like a lot of things actually. Athlon. If you're only gonna be running like drawing, you're not gonna be doing like 3D, then you can skimp on the graphics card. Although I figure you want to play video games as well. So I am definitely trying to simplify these forms a little bit so I can understand them a little better, and adding a little bit of design as I go. Standard PC in the US for US standard PC is around 3,000. Ouch. What? That's a lot of money. I've never spent above $600 on an upgrade. Assuming you have a monitor and keyboard, whatever else, that's like $200 max for every peripheral under the sun, including the monitor. You can't, what's it called? Whoa, look at this. Hampton stole Hampton stole the anatomy from this guy. Oh, that's so funny. Drawing books, come on. Drawing books are all very similar. I wish there was a way to describe things, because that would be so neat if someone finds like a really good way of describing stuff that's like, you know, really innovative. And it really pushes the boundaries of how we think about drawing or anatomy. It's more like Gallen's Anatomy, probably like one of the first anatomy books. I think it was like 300 AD, 400 AD. That is like that first one. So it's thousands of years old. I don't want to make a mistake on the years because I don't remember years too good. What do you think of my vampire? Let me see. Hold on. You're also drawing vampires. It's very expressive, but you have to focus on the forms. Oh, you know, because I went through like 20 books the other day for stupid fucking reasons. Sorry, but really stupid reasons why I did all of that. I don't know why I became like so incensed, but I went through like 20 or 30 books, and I was like, man, some of this stuff is really, really good. I wish I what's it called? I wish I could just remember all this. And this one, I actually had a lot of trouble figuring out how to say this before, but now let me see. Let me open up Control J here. Loomis's Eye of the Painter is also an obscure Loomis book. No one ever like talks about that one. I read that a long time ago. It was very, very long time ago. And so I think this diagram, though, I saw it for the first time in years in a while. Oh, I can't find Eye of the Painter. The good news about Loomis books is they're free online, so you can just go to Loomis books or save Loomis. And it pops up instantly. And you can have all of these great books for free. And he even has like the really obscure ones. There was a page in here. I literally scrolled through like 10 books, looking through all the diagrams and stuff. It was cool. I should have done that before. Let me see if I can find this exact diagram, because like it's very, very, very helpful. Yes, here. Form. Not this. Organize shapes. Look for block forms. Not this. Get full range of values. Try to see the masses. This thing right here. This is what I want to say to you. You have to organize their value groups, and you have to group up the masses much better. You have to do this thing. And that'll help you. Instead of doing this, where you just drawing everything, or drawing all the lines and drawing all the shapes. Instead, look for try to like squint and try to like just see what can I group this thing into, and then draw over it, and that'll help, I think. All right. Wait. Never heard of Eye of the Painter. Yeah, it's super obscure, right? You're scrolling so fast. When I try to, instantly lags. Well, I think I have it preloaded. I did like download it before. It might still be in cache. That might be why. Maybe. What's it called? But yeah, I went through like a lot of books just to remind myself, because like a lot of the stuff I saw in Jake Parker's books or Alfonso Dunn's book was stuff that I was really reminded of, and I think that's cool in a way. That it brought back so much nostalgia from reading these books, and I was like, oh man, I remember this. This is a thing that I read when I was like 12 or 14 or something. And then just never used. And then like yeah, it was a long time ago. I think I read most of the books in like 2013, 2012. God, how old was I? Old. I think I was already old. It was more like 16, 18, not 12, 14. All right, so I have some of this shape. Let's see. But yeah, it's like a bash from the... When you talk like that, you instantly become 80. Oh, the feels. Right in the feels, man. This is really weird. This is really weird music. Maybe something else. I need... It's like a mix, so it's all really different. On the upside, it looks like the dynamic bitrate thing works. I think. Just I say that, it starts lagging. Why? Although I don't know how it works. Like that's the mystery for me. Like if my network is congested and other people's traffic is prioritized, all right? How does like, you know, just using lower bitrate help? Eventually, if my traffic is not prioritized, it doesn't really matter how much traffic I'm using. In the end, it will just get you know, sidelined. Just don't drink coffee, and then easy. How much is coffee in Brazil, actually? I feel like you could... Hey, Hugo Stone, what's up, dude? I'm doing pretty good. I'm just drawing this Vampire Knight fight. Vampire Knight fight. Alternative titles include Don't Bring a Knight to a Vampire Fight. But yeah, how's it going? I think I wanna like make a hard edge like here, and then cut the shape out on this side. Maybe a little bit more blue, so that it looks like the form is starting to turn like this way. And I'm going to do that same thing here, I think. Start turning his form, so he's not so straight up. Not much. How did my Aura studies? Did my Aura studies today? At least my themed studies of Aura of the day. Oh, awesome, dude. What kind of studies are you doing? I'm trying to do like anatomy right now, personally. Will you see yourself getting 50 viewers in 1 year? What? I was just reminded for how long I've been streaming. Oh, that feeling. I mean, again, I'm just here to hang out with you guys, and honestly, I've just been on like a personal work bender lately. I haven't done any like commissions and just been doing personal work. I should probably get back to doing commissions, but now I have like a day job soon, so my stream time will change a little bit. But having a day job is actually a really good way of being an illustrator, I feel like. Going pretty well. This week is Cartoony Faces. I just started the week's studies. Interesting. Are you studying like the Disney Masters or like CalArts? CalArts is such a meme nowadays. Can't go anywhere without seeing CalArts pop up. Supports your hobby. I hate you. I hate you so much. One time, I mean, it kind of is a hobby because the definition the state uses for something like that is it's a business that doesn't make a profit 2 out of 3 years. So technically, by the definition of the state, it is a hobby. But I don't know. I've always wanted to be a professional. It's just that it's very difficult to be a professional. You have to be like a full-time professional. I'm like a part-time professional. I've done work for small companies, and I've done like small gigs and stuff. But like a full-time professional is like kind of outside of my living expenses budget right now. Maybe if I get really good and I get those really fat clients, maybe. But yeah, right now it's tough. So I have a day job. I think I'm gonna keep one. Can anyone be a professional? Yeah, of course. Of course. One guy once came on and asked me what my day job was. I felt so offended. Like, I'm an artist. But now it doesn't matter. Having a day job actually helps a lot. I don't have to do anything I don't want to because I have a day job. I could just do work that is appealing to me, and that usually makes for better work. Most artists make their best work when they're like doing personal stuff. I've noticed this, and when they're doing like commissions and things like that, it's always less than, because it's kind of like your baby, you know. Want to hear the cowboy song again? You cannot request the same song twice in a row. If you do that, I'll just eat your points, and then they're mine forever. Mostly stylizing real human faces. Oh, I've seen something like that. What's his name? I can't remember the name of the artist, but there was like a big meme going around the internet for a while. It was like cute studies or something. Very interesting. Different to how I approach studying, but it's got the same elements. You're still kind of analyzing a face, and you're making what's called an abstraction, but in like a different approach. It might work for you if that work has appeal, and you find people that like it. It strains your creativity and expression if you want to work for somebody. I think it's because you like make a lot of concessions for the client, which you don't have to make for yourself. And like even that it like that's a chilling effect. It's not really like, even if the guy says like, go wild, man, it's still like, well, I still can't do that. I mean, like, that wouldn't be right. Things like that. And there's like all kinds of constraints. It's almost it's suffocating, I think, and it kills that creativity. And being able to work under that, I think, is the mark of a professional. It's still being able to make good work. I think the way to overcome that is to make the client work your personal work almost. I don't know if that makes any sense, but like, I think like the bigger professionals, they're so good that, you know, they basically get to run the show past very, very simple, criteria. I think they get to basically do whatever they want, and that really, you know, frees you up. That doesn't stifle your creativity. I'm starting to bend the form here, trying to make it more like more like 3D and coming towards you. Trying to, anyway. It's a different style of work. I'm doing a theme a week, so next week will be different theme. I might do an hour a day, perhaps. Artist studies next week. Interesting. Yeah, well, that's a way not to get bored. That's totally valid. I've been doing like anatomy for. I wanted to get through this whole book, so I've been doing it for months now. I think it's been about 2 months since I've started Hampton's Anatomy, and I'm still in it because I only do like 5 pages a day, but I'm really close to finishing it. So thank God I could get a break from anatomy. Yeah, it's uncut and unedited. I have no script, so it's gonna be like Plus, I don't know how to speak, so that's another problem. I'm not a professional. Oh, I saw that Dr. Disrespect is streaming again, but not on Twitch. I still want to know what happened to Dr. Disrespect and why, what that is. That's another thing I will talk about. Streamers, I guess. So that my whole list of things: artists, art, streamers, art books, in YouTube, yes. You just ate my points. It's not even the cowboy song. Oh, I'm sorry. I have to tab to. I have to tab to this page where I can actually see their song requests. Unfortunately, because of how, you're gonna have to tell me because I don't have like the dashboard from. Wait, hold on. Maybe I can like. No, I cannot. What's it called? I cannot do anything about it. Yeah, unfortunately, it's all in what's it called? It's all in like the Twitch dashboard. Oh, you know why? I have like my music is very high right now. Yeah, it's the dynamic rendering. What do you want? It's either that or I lose frames. I'm still at 0% lost frames. Like look at it. Look at it. Look at it. It's 0% lost frames. I love it. The studies is a good thing. Yeah, anytime you're focused on like improvement, and you consciously make the effort to improve, I think it's a good thing. What studies will you be doing after you finish the book? I want to go through a perspective manual. I feel like perspective is probably like one of my weaker points. And so I'm gonna be going through Scott Robertson's How to Draw. I'm afraid to go straight into paint because I want my drawing to be correct first before painting. Well, I fix a lot. Because my drawing is not amazing. And I actually develop concepts like while painting a lot. Like something that wasn't in the original drawing. I'll be like, oh, that's a good way of doing this. And then, and I'll pop that in various ways. And so what that does, well, it could be two-pronged, right? It could be that I'm not, again, it's a problem with visualizing what I want and putting it on the paper. And I'm very unconfident maybe with the drawing. And I'm not committing to it. Usually I come up with a really good idea while painting it, and I really want to insert it. Because sometimes I'll start a painting when I have no ideas, and I'll just be like, fuck it, we'll do it live, you know. And most of the time, I will come up with something. I haven't really had too many times where I've failed to like come up with a grand idea or grand narrative for the painting that I've started like as an exploratory painting. I want to say exploratory painting maybe. Um, sometimes let me see. It's like a blue here maybe. Blue gray. Contrast it with the brown. Maybe that'll work. The vampire's cloak is actually his hair. Okay, it's actually bats. I'm trying to make it out of bats. I feel like that's much cooler. It's a Corona cape. Don't eat the bats. Use them to propel yourself. But yeah, I feel like there's two approaches for finding finding a what's it called finding a painting. One of them is block in. I'm sure you've heard of, and I like to call block in almost like silhouette finding, because I think that's what you're doing. You're looking for really cool shapes. You're engaging in shape design for the silhouette of whatever it is you're painting, and then you're going from there. And that's what I used to do all the time. I used to just, I used to have like, whoops. I used to have like a little canvas, and then I would go like, that's a shape. That's a shape. That's a shape. That's my comp. Let's get started. That's a really shitty way of doing anything. If you only think in drawing. If you're thinking about a silhouette design, though, it's very effective for finding a composition. I think it's still worthwhile to do things like that, to do thumbnails like that, and then develop them. The guy is just an angel who wants to hug. Yeah, because if your shapes read, that means whatever like subject matter you put into the boxes will also read. So all you have to do is get this, come up with a Greek idea. Easy enough, right? I'm sure it is. So that's like one way I think of approaching finding a what's called, because a lot of the times, you're stuck in art block, and I just never want to be stuck in like an art block. I would rather just draw stupid shit and just like make a bunch of bad work than be stuck in art block and do nothing. Because even when I'm drawing bad paintings, even when I'm painting bad paintings, I'm still learning something. If I just go study, which is something I also do, I don't feel as good about it. I feel like I need something else. I need to mix and match, and so I'll do both. And so I'm still learning, and I'm doing like some sort of work that gets me out of art block, which is very important, I think, because I feel like that stagnation is almost worse somehow than anything else, really. Did you know that sperm has more nutrients than blood? Why don't cum vampires? They exist. They're called thoughts. Semen demons. Yeah. It is. It's the elixir of youth in some cultures. Yeah. actually true by accident. Also called men's milk. I don't know who calls it that. I've heard of like these weird South Park had one actually. The Mars milking mines, where all the women like founded a colony on Mars, and then they had what's called, they had like, they were milking the men. It's interesting. Interesting. But yeah, it is kind of weird that we drink like the milk of other animals. It's a little strange. I mean, I get it. It's very nutritious, but like, it's a little strange. I don't know. And I love milk. I just had like a glass of chocolate milk the other day. I have like chocolate syrup from Hershey's that never ends. I've had it for years, literally like years, but I know that if I open the cupboard, it's gonna be there. I don't know what it is about it, but it seems to be very infinite. I guess because we don't drink that much of it. I bought it from the Bronx, literally, and I think my mom gave it to me as like a going away thing. It's just like, here, you drink this now. Yeah, you can have this. Thanks, Mom. And it's been with us ever since. Let's see. So I do want to put in like, I don't want to go crazy on the designs just yet. Still, I haven't gotten the what's called right, I think. I'm obsessed with gooseberry syrup. Gooseberry syrup. Gooseberries. I think we have that here. Gooseberries. I think I've had something like that. It's not really something that's popular around here. I think my dad has it in his garden, but I don't know if they make it make like a syrup out of it. Although they have a couple of plants that we make like cereals out of it. Gooseberries are delicious. Xaropa de Grosella. Interesting. I don't know if I've ever seen that in like a supermarket around here. Maybe the syrup itself. Though. Now I'm freaking out because I need some. I see. So it causes cravings? I'm not sure I want any of that. Crave for gooseberries. It's definitely not something that is common around here. I mean, I do have a lot of jams in the house right now. I've got like bunch of stuff that my mom makes out of like what's it called? It's smarodina. I don't know how to translate it, but it's like these weird little like red berries on like a green what's it called, and there's like a lot of them, and they're very delicious. You can eat them raw, but they're a little sour. And there's a black variant of it, which is just black smarodina. I don't know how to translate that though. If I have the option of drinking that for the rest of my life, but only eat dirt, I'm gonna take it. I feel like that's really unhealthy. Why would you drink dirt? That doesn't make any sense. Just to eat the gooseberries? I feel like that's a very strong. Consider creating a dietary plan from your like dirt cookies or something. Screw healthy, I want to be happy. I don't know how happy you will be when you're like pooping out blood. Cause that's what's gonna happen. That is what's gonna happen. All right, let me put up some references. I have a couple that I want to use. Maybe do a little bit. The thing is though that like some of the lighting is not gonna be exact, cause I'm only dealing with. I'm only dealing with what do you call that? Ambient. I'm only dealing with like ambient lighting. So closer to this minus the I'm a female. Losing blood is normal. Uh-oh. I don't trust anything that bleeds for 7 days and doesn't die. The famous words of Bill Garrison. Oh. God. So yeah, I want to introduce a little bit of light, but it's like I don't think I can get away with it. I also don't want to get away with it, but I do need just a little bit more, I think. And maybe a little bit more like with these reds to pop. The immortal one by many people. If you eat a diet of dirt, you're gonna be the like you're just die. I don't have a joke. You're just gonna die. It's not gonna last. It's not gonna last. I have a little bit of. I'm gonna break this silhouette a little bit. Break it down. Darnus's brain crashed. My brain doesn't crash. It's just not working properly in the first place. I installed Duolingo and went after German. I'm scared. Duolingo is so annoying. I installed it and it keeps sending me messages like every night, like at 11 o'clock. Hey buddy, you didn't study today. What happened? Are the other people that doesn't chat lurkers? I imagine so. I don't know what you people are doing. I hope you're fapping. I really do, but I don't know if that's the case. I mean, lurkers good too. I like lurkers. You don't have to say anything. I feel like I have to keep saying things, but like, yeah, that's because I'm streaming. I appear almost every time. Maybe I scare them. I mean, like most people do like work while they're chilling out in like streams. So that might be what's going on. If I had to venture a guess, that would be it. Which is good. I would, you know, I would encourage you guys to do some of the works. I was thinking of, like, I saw this post and it was like, I want to be in a serious art Discord where we do like serious art and serious figure drawing, and I'm like, bruh, we kind of well, I do the exercises you guys usually watch, but I was like, there's a demand for this sort of thing. That's really strange and interesting. But it's like, I mean, there's nothing stopping anyone really from, you know, following along on the what's it called, studies. Oh, we could do like a study group. So I'm turning this figure's face to the side a little bit, so that's why it doesn't really match this guy. It doesn't completely match this one either. Although it should match a little bit more, but the lighting is going to be a little different, so I can't do, like, my lighting is without is more like that. It's much more, it's still the same shapes are being kind of lit, but there also wouldn't be like strong lighting from the top, so some of it is going to be more like that. So yeah, the reference isn't exactly what I want, but it's very, very close. It's very, very close. I know it was before, let's see, what was, oh god, did we used to have a Skype group like way back? There used to be a Skype group. There was a Skype group like a long time ago. A very long time ago. I tried it. Homie, I tried it, but like it's, yeah, an attempt was made a very long time ago. A long time ago. A very long time ago. That was so long ago. I think I deleted it because it got taken over. I think that Skype group got taken over by like 2 people, and I was just like, okay, well, it's no longer about me, so I don't like this. No, but it got taken over for like a game project or something, and I was just like, go make your own Skype group. This is a Skype group for like figure drawing or whatever it is. Whatever it is. I don't remember what it was, but anyway, there's a Discord now. Discord is so much more popular. All the normies use Discord. You know, even like companies use Discord instead of like Slack now. I find that pretty incredible. There's no difference between Slack and Discord, really. Like if you boil them down, they're different, but they're not that different, you know? Yes. I think so. There's a couple of Skype groups that I was a part of also, sort of. very long time ago. Very, very long time ago. Okay, I wanna... Discord is better. I prefer Discord. It was also weird to like... There's a couple things that there was no... Like, I don't really want to moderate a group. It's not what I'm interested in. I would prefer everybody just not... like, the only thing I would want to moderate would be, like, people who are, like, spamming, like, hey, buy our Chinese-made product, buy our toys. And I think that actually happened. And I think there was, like, no way to get rid of them. I don't remember, but I think it was very, very analogous. Mostly a group of artists united together. I think it's something, I'm not really sure anymore. I remember like VizDev had a Skype group at some point. I remember that. I remember also, I think Sam Peterson had one. I think there was one for IC. It was a very long time ago. I remember there's one for conceptart.org too, I think. A very long time ago. Very, very long time ago. It was like the remnants of conceptart.org. That was a very long time ago. Yeah, thank God for Discord. Discord is starting to get like hit by much more like targeted attacks. Like for forums and stuff, all you had to do was like spam the forum and create new what's it called? Create new accounts, and then you would just like own that forum for like days. With Discord now, I've seen this a couple times. I've gotten messages. If I'm in like a big Discord, I'll get a message saying that I've won some Bitcoin. Please just send me 1,000 Bitcoin first, and then we will give you your 2,000 Bitcoin. This happened in like Destiny's Discord. I think the other day actually. Just kind of interesting. It's a new sort of attack pattern, like when they're just like targeting you, and they're just like they're going at you, man. Those scammers, they're just coming at you. I get so many scam emails. I'm really tired of them. The recent ones I've gotten are very, very like nuanced. They're like, hey, we have a job for you, artist. And I'm like, silence, brand. I know exactly where this is going. It's usually like it's a scam email. It's like at Gmail, but it's like they're recruiting HR of some company. And I keep getting these. There's like a lot, and they copy paste the form letter, which is so stupid. It's like, you already sent me this, you jerk. And they just respond with, oh, I gotta start writing your bitch's names is down or some shit. And I'm like, damn, dude. Savage. I put on my wizard hat. And robe. Let me see. I can add a little bit more. I think light, just a little bit. Yeah, I think I remember. There's a lot of like artist groups no longer around. Yeah, this is way better. It's a lot better. I'm just gonna layer that with a cut because I, for some reason, can't contain myself to like the layer that I'm drawing on. And even though I thought I locked it, I didn't, I guess. Alright. Darkness took more time on the guy's nose than the whole vampire. True. Noses are hard, man. I don't know what you want. This guy's face, I'm borrowing a lot. I feel like I shouldn't be. I might get another model just so that I don't end up like in any sort of, oops. That's exactly what I wanted to do. You see, that was the, no, I did it again. How do I, oh, because I locked it. I have to unlock it to drag it a little bit, and then even make it a little bigger. Make it a little bigger. I'm borrowing a lot from his face. I should probably get another model, so it's not. It should. It's serious business. If I actually make something good, and someone like shares it and he sees it, cause he is like an actual model. Right. This is the only time when you could get in trouble for this. I think is if they have a marketable face, like they actually make their money on it. Like if it's some guy on Facebook that I took his face and I copied it, fine, whatever. That he can't prove damages because like he doesn't use his face for marketing. When it's a literal model, then I'm skirting like copyright law, I think. In my opinion, even though he's blue, he still uses like a lot. So I'm thinking about grabbing another model and borrowing a little bit of features from him, and then it becomes kind of like less of a theft, you know? Where is his ears supposed to be? Uh-oh. I always put the ears in the wrong place. My model looks dead. You saying you are a corpse? But hey, my model has bad teeth. I don't think you have to worry. Yeah, I've only had one image go viral for me, and thankfully no one cared because I wasn't. Again, these aren't monetized in any way. I'm not really making any money on it, and although that's not a copyright defense, it's more like a, hey, don't sue me, I don't have any money type of defense. It'd be futile. I can't see this color. Like my brain doesn't process it. Because I see it as like a bluish white, but it's actually more like a desaturated. A Victoria's Secret model destroying your career. Well, that's okay. I don't have much of a career, so haha, got him. Dab. Oh, God. Crying, laughing emoji, but more crying than laughing. Darkness's art career is selling tires. I'm pretty good at selling tires. Well, I was till they canned me. They didn't really can me. They just said that, well, you have to go work at its different shop that's like 30 miles away, and it was closer to 40. It was 35 or something like that. Very close, very close. It's an estimation. And it was very far from my house, and I'm like, I no longer want to sell tires. But like, if you have a job for me here, I'm absolutely willing to do it. But 40 miles away is just way too much for me. Or 35 miles away is way too much for me. I can't do it, man. It's okay. I have another day job coming up. We're in like the, I still haven't gotten I've gotten a tentative offer letter, and they've taken all of my what's it called? So I'm good. I have that day job. Got that bag coming, boy. It's your boy. I got that bag coming. Probably. Unless they decide that a speeding ticket is really bad and they can't hire me. Which is possible. Yeah, it's going to be customer service for the government. Maybe. I'm not going to say where because someone might find me and be like, hey, this guy streams and he says dumb shit all the time. Don't hire him. I don't think that's going to happen. I think I'm being very paranoid. But who knows? Clap. I can help you, Karen? What? I don't understand. What? I talked about you to my mom. She said, "Is that the guy who beat up the thief with a sign?" Don't mention that. Never mention that. That never happened. You see, it would probably be like an accident too. So it's a news story. My face is blurred though. It's all good. We're all good, homie. I saw you on the street. I would pat your head and say, "Crystal ball, tell me the future." More disaster in 2020. It's like, that's a safe bet. That's a safe one. I think we're good. I love his head. Oh, that's sweet. I have more hair now. I'm still kind of bald, but I just like got tired of shaving it. So I have multiple hairs now. More than one, guys. More than one. So you can't call me bald anymore. You can call me like hair deficient. Maybe like hair challenged, I guess, would be one. But definitely not bald. Homer, yes. Very, very similar. I feel like as a caricature of the American male, Homer is very, very much akin to what is true. He has his periods of like very deep insight on the show, but usually he's just a regular good old fashioned family man. If I didn't have to go out, I would stop shaving as well. I've continued like shaving my beard, although I do need to shave. Donuts. I think I'm more of a Mr. Burns, honestly. Yes, Smithers. Yeah, I think I'm more of a Mr. Burns than a Homer. The deep insight. So you admit to be old and gay. Mr. Burns is definitely not gay. What do you mean? How dare you? What do you mean? I think Smithers is super gay for Mr. Burns, but I think like Mr. Burns has transcended sexuality. He's just rich, you know? Mr. Burns. Not gay, but probably not straight either. He surpassed it because it doesn't go up anymore. Ouch, that hurts. Yeah, well, not that old. God. Yeah, I wonder, man. Which classical Simpsons archetype are you? Post your answer in the comments. I think you're kind of like a Maggie.
Everyone wants to be Lisa, but let's be honest, almost nobody is a Lisa. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. I'm the police kid, the dumb one. I'm in trouble. Oh, I'm in danger. Oh God, I can't do his voice. Haha. Yes. God, what was his name? The captain's son. Haha, I'm in danger. Yeah, exactly. Let's see. I'm trying to think about this hair as masses and trying to condense them. Into like one shape, one sausage. The world is on fire, and I'm smiling, saying, "Haha, I'm gonna die." Yes, I think that's everybody right now. It's getting really bad. It is getting really bad. But what are you gonna do? Just keep drawing, you know? Keep drawing and... I feel like it's not so bad for you guys. Well, for you, for instance, you're in Brazil, so like your country's been burning down. This is nothing new for you. You're adapted to it. For me, it's like it's different. For me, it's totally different. I don't really want my country to turn into like a gang warfare state. It's not on my menu. I guess I'm moving to China is what I'm saying. You know that Brazil is called hell? I think that isn't there like a town called Hell? I think that's in Minnesota though. Hell, Minnesota. Yes. And I'm trying very hard not to like just go into details, but something always drives me into the details. I should be more working on like very large forms right now. There's a city called Novo Hamburgo. Whenever I visit, I ask for hamburgers. Oh, God. That activated Siri. There is a city. There is a city called... No, those don't activate her. I don't know how that activated Siri. But, yeah. It like popped open for a second. I'm like, no. No. Tried to save it. It looks like my internet's not dying today. Feels pretty good, man. Feels pretty good, man. There's no landscapers today, so that might be one of the reasons. Might be one of the reasons. Like one of the days, I think it was the day before yesterday, it was really bad, but that's because like again. Time to sleep. All right, have a good night. Wait, 4 p.m. What? Your sleeping schedule is worse than Ryoji's. Haven't slept in 2 days. What? Have you considered sleeping? And just put your head down and then rest, you know? Have you tried that? Ah, God. Close. I am blind. I mean, I'm more like dyslexic than blind, I feel like, because I read everything wrong. But that's because I just don't spend enough time reading. I could probably spend more time reading and evade that, but usually don't. Trying to put in a couple of shapes into his armor. That I'm going to like develop. I think he's gonna be like half leather. How do you read art books? Well, because I'm actually focused on the art books, you see. When it's chat, I have to read it quick. I can't like spend time reading the words. But you've probably seen me like struggling to read the words. You've probably seen me like super struggling. It's always like I have streamer dyslexia. It's a new phenomena. It's not like the old phenomena. It's a totally different thing. It's not the same. You are a spammy. Spammy rogue. Lurker's gonna lurk, man. Lurker's gonna lurk. At least you got someone to talk to. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Spammy McSpam. Well, it is better than like dead air, so appreciate you. Appreciate you. I usually long periods of silence. And that's content, by the way. Silence is also content if you think about it. So far I've been doing like, I'm trying to like get the shapes. You don't have to shut up. You're gonna make me sing the cowboy song, aren't you? Iconic. Man screaming at mountains. I beg you to add tiny red eyes on the bats. Yeah, I could do that. It'd be orange. I'm colorblind. They're all very derpy too. I don't know if that's gonna like stay in there, but I could add it for now. What they actually need is like googly eyes, you know? Oh, is it lagging again? I'm still at zero lost frames though. I don't know. It's not my end now. Because thankfully I figured it out, maybe. Maybe, sorta, kinda. Maybe it's just not time. Are you playing Minecraft now? What? You mean like Minecraft derivatives? Diversify your bonds. Invest into Minecraft derivatives. I haven't really been playing anything after I beat Enderal. Also, if you haven't played Enderal, I highly recommend it. If you like Skyrim, it's like a better Skyrim, honestly. The story is way better. Everything about it is just way better, except the leveling system, which I didn't really like. But that one is like a small complaint. Highly recommended. Best part is it's free. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Why are you talking about the game with 20 players? Wait, what do you mean? It's a single player game, so it's got multiple players. I think it's got like 500 reviews, and they're all positive, which says a lot actually, because there's most times like you'll get a very mixed bag. You can't appeal to everybody, right? But this game seems to do really well, and the fact that it's free is probably a nice little bonus. The tiny head game? Well, that's just my character design. I designed that character. I don't know if that game is ever gonna get an update, but I have Hollow Knight. I haven't played it yet though. I've heard a lot of good things about it. I might install. I think I got Hollow Knight as a bundle, Humble Bundle thing. So I do have it. Might play it. Again, adding like little shapes and designs to the armor. I have some ideas for it, but I'm probably gonna have to get a reference. I still have Don't Starve, Left 4 Dead, Starbound, and some others. If I get my PC, I would try playing with you. Awesome. Yes, add me on Steam. Watch my escapades. Most of the time I'm playing single player games though, so. It hasn't been a really good multiplayer game for me to play. That I've kind of stuck with. I usually play like these construction games because they appeal to my creativity. My creativity. I like to play like Rust and things like that. Dead by Daylight said it's crossplay now. I haven't played that game. I think I have it because of Humble Bundle. I might have it because of Humble Bundle because the name is very familiar. I wish you could draw on an Xbox. I feel like that would be a really cool mod. So you could get Photoshop on Xbox or something. Because I bet you could run it and you could probably get a cheap one. Probably get a cheap like Xbox 360 or something. Yeah, in like Brazil. When's that coming, huh? It's the game where you fix generators and run away from assassins. That does sound slightly appealing. Could be appealing. Maybe. I also want to make him a monstrous sword. Monstrous sword. I think almost every game. Still trust me. I like games while I'm playing them, and then I'll shit talk them. Is that Guts from Berserk? Ish. It's definitely based on that sort of archetype. It's gonna be a big, big sword. Character archetypes. You know, Campbell's what's it called, analysis when it's done for literature makes a lot of sense, because when a writer is writing something, they are distilling what it is that they want to say and saying it in as few words as possible. So Kermit and Campbell, they're both really right about literature and literature analysis. There's archetypes for characters. He's correct. The best kind of correct. Kermit the Frog writes, yeah, you could say that. I just write about God and self-help books, things like that. Also, I'm a Canadian Kermit. Canadian Kermit writes, yeah. You guys are getting the storm that we had, I think earlier today. It's probably going downstream. Maybe. We had a big storm. A while ago. You're still on the East Coast. I think, right? So I think you might be getting like that hurricane that we just got. We had it like a month ago though. Let's see. Brazil hurricane. Let's see if there's anything. Hurricane Laura, maybe. No. Maybe. Hurricane Laura severely disrupts Brazilian power. I think we had Hurricane Laura over here. Let's see. Let me see. Yeah, it's a big hurricane, so I think it moved downwards. Yeah, see? All the way from over here. And it is very far away, but it moves fast, you know? It's like it moves pretty quick. I don't know if that maybe it's the remnants of it. Baby name generator. What was the last one? Katrina? Maybe it's like maybe it's like alphabetical. Like I think there was Hurricane Harvey, Katrina, Harvey, Laura, A B C D F G H I J K L. The next one's gonna be like Moses, Hurricane Moses. I don't know. I think whoever what's it called just names it. Whoever sees it first. Hey, there's a storm coming. I'm gonna name it Harvey. Just like, okay, that's fine. I feel like that's not enough. I think we should make whoever finds the hurricane have to like be inside it to claim it, you know, like the old times where you had to claim property by being like on it. So just like that, you have to be inside the storm, and then you could be like, yeah, this is mine now. I own it. Saying the whole alphabet to get into a letter. I do that all the time. Is that weird? I feel like that's That's totally normal, my guy. That is how things are done. There is probably gonna be a little. I have to find the. This like ellipse ending in such a way is kind of bad. It should be like a. It should be less elliptical, I think. Well, I mean, I'm just like super regular. Let me see. I'm not sure what the yeah, see, it feels like wrong. Maybe I'll like maybe I'll cut into it here and that'll patch it up a little bit. Maybe a little bit more variety there. And then I feel like this line is like off. And the rest of this could be bats. I think the bats forming the cape is a good idea. Well, this song is really repetitive. Give me something a little bit more not so repetitive. My head hurts when the sounds are all the same. Oh my god, what is Photoshop telling me? Place an image? No, thank you. This God Ray could be really cool, but I'm having like problems with it already. Whoops, no. But yeah, I do want to experiment with like God rays. It's like one of those things that I see all the time and it looks really cool. But I don't really use them all that often. And it's just like a neat lighting technique. I think what I want to do also is like add a little bit of that God ray into the sky as reflected light. Raining heavily. We have a nice summer day today. actually pretty good. Might have to go to the beach because of that. Yesterday it was going crazy. My mom called and said, "Let them work." What? Are you bothering the workers making your bathroom? Do you want to get some details? I want to let the workers go home early, and my mom said let them work. Oh, well, it's not really up to you, man. They gotta they gotta finish the job, man. That's how it works. She's not home. Are they asking to be let go? I feel like it's better to work during rain, honestly, because then there's nothing else I would be doing. So had to leave the dog in the rain so he doesn't attack them. God. What about all the other animals? They have like a whole zoo to keep track of. They have rooms. Oh my god. Well, now that you have a room of your own, you can share it with your zoo. All right, you have multiple dogs. Well, if there's ever a food shortage, all set. I'll let my cat Sophie, who was in the bathroom, stay with me. My cat likes to lie in the bathroom. Actually, he's very happy in the bathroom. Oh, you know what? I have a reference image that I downloaded specifically for this armor. Let me see if I could just pull it up. No, not history. Downloads. Is it this one? Nipple tassels? Oh, that's a dangerous click. Nipple tassels. I named it. Yeah, that one's not what I'm looking for. I downloaded a... Hold on. Let me look through my downloads here. Oh. Let me see. How about... I think that one was just... Oh, I think this is it. Yes, here it is. Okay. So I'm gonna borrow a little bit from there. Yes, it is. Especially on the right side, I can do some of this. It is a good reference. It's a painting, but it's very good. Add golden details on his side cape and hide tiny dicks. Why? Why would you do something like that? It's terrible. Terrible. Sounds like something I would do. I might hide something, but I don't know yet what I wanna. I might add something, maybe. Oh shit, I think I forgot to unfreeze something. Oh wait, today's Friday. I'm getting takeout today. Hell yeah, brother. I try to limit my takeout to 1 day a week. It's my cheat day. I don't know if that's bad or good, but today I'm feeling I don't know what I'm feeling other than really, really hungry. Really, really, really hungry. No, that's awful. I've shown people this and they vomited like in the real life. You've caused people to become physically sick. You're a terrible human being for eating chocolate pizza. I feel like God have mercy on your soul. Just absolutely, you can't do things like that. You can't put chocolate on pizza. There's no room for it. You can't do things like that, man. It's evil. Pure evil. Oh my god. Pizza is reserved for real toppings like bacon or pepperoni, sausage. Not jalapeno is actually a really good one. Pizza Diablo. I've tried it. It's actually pretty neat. Definitely not chocolate though. The Brazilians are living in sin. They put chocolate on their pizza. Everybody shame Vacherog. Everybody shame Vacherog. Shame. You can't put chocolate on pizza, man. Like a chocolate croissant with cheese and marinara sauce, or well, I mean, it could be non-marinara, but I actually like marinara sauce as what's it called, as a alternative when I'm cooking pizza. Sometimes I don't have like crushed tomatoes, and then I will put marinara sauce on it, and it actually tastes pretty good. Oh, my newest discovery for cooking is glaze sauces from like and gravies. It's huge. One of the biggest discoveries. I really like. Yesterday, for instance, I cooked like a ribeye, and what I did was I deglazed the pan and made a sauce. All you need is like a bouillon cube, some hot water, a little bit of chives, garlic. It's super easy to make. Super simple. It only took like a couple more seconds.
A couple more minutes. But it was so good. If you enjoy cooking, I highly, highly recommend it. Probably Google a recipe for it. That's what I did. But someone suggested it to me in a Discord chat. They're like, well, actually, you should try like sauces for your steak. And I'm like, get out of here. You're speaking blasphemy, and the steak does not need any of that. Salt and pepper is the maximum. He's like, well, if you don't try it, it's cool, but it's very good. And I'm like, okay, I will try it to prove you wrong. Because steak doesn't really need it, especially if it's good steak. But I really, really enjoyed the gravy on the potatoes. On the steak too, it tastes great. Big fan. I'll probably do it every time I cook steak now. Chocolate and pizza dough sounds awful. Sorry. It's just... Do you know what, like, but the pizza dough is usually made with, like, you might even season the pan. You might season the pizza dough itself. Like, you might put, like, herbs and spices on it. You would need, like, a special type of dough. Again, though, it's like, it's not worth it. Just eat a croissant. Eat a croissant or something, you know? Don't defile the pizza. Savage. I do that with my dough. For pizza, it's very, very easy to season the pan, which is kind of a meme. But for actually making bread, it's actually not. And pizza is kind of a bread. It becomes like a breadsticks. It becomes kind of a breadstick. Very, very good. Big enjoyment. Gravy and pizzas. I think I like cooking really simple dishes. I think I'm like an Italian at heart. Most Italian cooking is super simple. It's the premise is literally present high quality ingredients in a very mundane manner. Steak, pizza without chocolate on it. Chicken tacos is one of my favorite new meals. It's super simple to make. Again, like I just love super simple meals. Chicken tacos with an avocado cream sauce is one of my favorites right now. I've done it like for 2 weeks in a row. Super simple to make. I took 2 recipes and I combined them. One was like a Tex-Mex regular tacos, like beef tacos recipe, where I think the cook does a really great job of kind of preparing the meat with all those spices. You know, it's very simple, but I think it's like the basis of good cooking when you do something like heat spices in a pan on like oil and then drop onions in there or like some sort of vegetable and then cook the meat on top of that. I really like those types of maneuvers. I think they work very well. What have you sent me? Is this gonna be awful? Let's see. Yes. Although my chicken tacos, I could show you a picture of it actually. Give me a second. I will upload a picture of the chicken tacos.
with avocado cream sauce. I think the sauce is the hard part. Everyone knows how to make chicken tacos, but like, also welcome Hugo. Didn't notice ya. Welcome. Didn't notice you pop in. Here's a taco for you. It's gonna sound really weird because I put welcome and then I put the taco there. He's probably gonna be like, what? So this is the taco that I was talking about. Again, it's very simple. It's just, you know, the chicken, the chicken, tomatoes, and that avocado cream sauce, which is really just avocado, a little bit of milk, yogurt, pepper, and a little bit of cilantro. Cilantro is is like a staple of most of these Tex-Mex dishes. But yeah, I really like you know, marinating the chicken in lime. Really, really cool. I like that sort of cooking. What's called a process maneuver, whatever that is. Lime and a couple other things like, I don't know. Usually I use like a salt, pepper, a couple other spices, and then it's the spices in the frying pan that really make a difference, I think. Cause like I'll fry onions with like cumin. That's a really neat way of just like preparing the skillet almost. To really like instantly, and the skillet and like the butter and the oil, and once it hits the meat, then it's non-stop to Flavor Town, baby. I really enjoy cooking, which is kind of strange, I think. Kind of strange. The culinary arts, you know? Meatballs with cheese inside. How do you keep the meatball from like collapsing in on itself and just like exploding, the cheese exploding out of it? We Ukrainians have a very similar dish, but instead of meatballs, it's called chicken Kiev. It's like the premier dish of the capital. Slap it so hard it glues itself. They will jam like a piece of butter inside the like a wrap of chicken breast. And it's so good. Like the oil, when it bursts out and you taste it, it's so delicious. Might make this like an open area. Yeah, I'm getting hungry talking about all this food, man. I was hungry before I started talking about food, but now I'm even more hungry. I feel like hopefully my wife is home early today. I want some takeout. I mean, I could order it myself, but now we're sharing the car right now. It's my car, but like right now she's like driving all around. But soon she's gonna buy her own car, so it's all good. It's a good starter car for anybody, I think. It's like a Suzuki. Suzuki, they're bankrupt here in America. They only sell bikes now. But we got really lucky with this car. It works really good. Haven't needed anything for it, but if I ever need parts, I'm basically screwed. Because I can't even go to the dealer. Or I can, they ordered from like Japan or Canada. I know some things about cars now. It's surreal, actually. I could probably name all the parts. Because I wasn't just selling tires, I was also selling auto parts. Name them. That's a lot of parts, my guy. That is a lot of parts. Pop quiz time. Name all the parts of the car. I can. It's not that hard. You just break it up into systems, and then you break up the system into the parts that make it up, and then go from there. Not a really big accomplishment by any means, but if you never like did anything technical with cars, and then you suddenly have all this wealth of knowledge about auto parts, it is like something. It is something. So it's important to me, although probably not that impressive for car people. Car people. I'm a computer person, you see. I don't think you should be able to see this part. Maybe. I think that might be breaking the perspective, because you're looking up. Might have to. We're still negotiating like the parts for the armor. Vehicle parts. It doesn't help with drawing at all. I've noticed, like, knowing. I mean, like, I can visualize like something like drum brakes now, and that's not a schematic I had in my mind before. It's definitely different. It's definitely different. Like, it trains your memory a little bit. Like, there's things that I learned that helped. I could probably change my brake pads. I could probably change my battery. I could probably that's not really hard. I feel like the brake pads. I could probably change my brake rotors. Do my own oil change. It's knowledge, right? It's still helpful. It's not like it's stuff. Also, I learned how to like approach things. Like, you could learn a lot about cars just by going to YouTube. Honestly, like, if you just want to do like a simple repair, you can literally go to YouTube, and that's like what like non-professional, well, I shouldn't say not even amateur, more like journeyman mechanics in training, let's call them maintenance techs, do all the time. They'll look it up, and then I'm like, oh, so regular people can learn how to do this now? And so now I'll still probably go to my shop for oil changes, because they're just like kind of a pain to do. I don't have a garage. I have a, what's called a jack for emergencies, but that's it. You are talking and trying to run away from your word. Name all the car parts. Name them. It looks like I'm saved by the bell because my wife is home. But thank you guys so much for coming. I appreciate you. And since there's so many of you guys here, let me just give someone a quick little host. Let me just, if I can spell Twitch TV correctly. Quick, don't run away. They're all running away. They always run away. Don't run away.
Okay.
Hold on. Let's see. I'm gonna browse. If anyone has a creative streamer they'd like a host for, also you could just tell me. Someone else you're watching in parallel, for instance. Otherwise, I'm gonna go to creative and I'm gonna find someone with not a lot of viewers who's doing something cool, and then God, why? Oh my God, why is this so hard? They did like categories, and categories are different now, and everything is strange. And here's art. I found it. Okay, I did it. I know how to Twitch. I am a Twitch person. I know all about the Twitch. There's a lot of people watching creative streams nowadays. Wow, that's pretty neat. Let me see. Let me see. Someone who's doing something interesting. Let me see. Oh, this looks pretty cool. Let me see here. Did that work? I don't think that worked. I am not good at computer. If we were here for like a second before I said I'm a computer person, I lied. All right, let me do it here. Okay. All right. It's already hosting. All right. Thank you guys for coming. I appreciate you. I'll see you later.